Welcome to the Day Sound Blunt podcast show. It's Saturday. The Miami Dolphins is on the clock. The Miami Dolphins is on the clock. And they just say we trade the pick to Houston. We just trade the goddamn pick to Houston, bro. What the
Oh my
what
God!
the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Calm. Stay calm.
This day with just 2 picks. And
They trade the fucking pick with Houston.
Wait for the rest of the day.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've seen some teams go with that strategy.
I ain't come online for this shit.
But it's interesting for me for Houston. What are they coming up for? Yeah, I'm looking at a couple different options here. The
You know what?
they've really invested in and tried to change.
You know what? I ain't come online for this shit. I came online. Today was supposed to be a peaceful day. I was supposed to log on. The Dolphins supposed to draft, and then you motherfuckers trade the goddamn 4th pick. So you don't got no 3rd round pick. You ain't got no 4th round pick. No 3rd round pick. No 4th round pick. What the fuck are y'all doing? Did they trade back in the draft? What the fuck the Dolphins just?
Oh my God!
What did they just do? Like, what did they trade the pick?
Stroud.
Did they trade back?
How difficult it was because now you're getting everyone.
Wait, because the
guess
third.
what? They found their way through, won their division again, and won a playoff game. Now they've gone through that.
I just want to have my show in peace. I just want to have my show in peace. It's starting off wrong. The show just started off wrong. Like I didn't expect. I really didn't expect that. I was gonna come on live. I was happy. I was like, I'm gonna go online. The Dolphins they drafted right now, and they trade the pick to the Houston Texans. Who knows who the Houston Texans is gonna pick right now?
Just take a 6th and a 3 next year. What does that say?
Who know who the Texans is gonna pick right now?
They're going to be around. Chris Greer feels comfortable that, hey, we have understanding of ownership that we just value what could be coming in the future in next year's draft versus what we're staring at this year at this point in time. So that's got to have stability involved in that decision. To your point, CD, I think of Houston, and I think of the ability to be aggressive when C.J. Stroud hasn't got that second contract.
They got to show me what the hell. I got to see what the hell they.
In the draft. Now you're seeing Houston.
I just don't get what's going on right now. I don't get what's going on. Anyway, let me go on with my show, man. The Dolphins done pulled the stunt on day. What is this? Day 2, day 3. This day 3 or day 2? I don't even freaking know no damn more, man. Good Lord. Day 3 of the draft. The Dolphins pulls a stunt, makes a trade with the Texans. I don't know if they trade back. I don't know if they traded out of the 4th round. I don't know what they did. But anyway, I'm going to just go along with my show. Miami Dolphins, they made their first pick. They did their first pick. Let's look at who oh my fucking God. Let's just see who the Dolphins when they got with the first pick. God damn.
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Fellas, I got to jump in because I've been hearing about this kid since he was a true freshman. Going up there and meeting with the Wolverine coaches when Jim Harbaugh and I would sit down, all the way back to Mike McDonald and then Jesse Minter, Wing Martindale, all the coordinators that have been on that.
I'm really pissed. I can't get over us just trading our damn pick to the goddamn Houston Texans. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But anyway, we get Kenneth Grant with the first pick. A lot of Dolphin fans was upset. My initial reaction, let me calm it down. My initial reaction was I was upset because what are we doing? You talking about trading Jalen Ramsey. What are we doing? Why we're not drafting his replacement? Why we're not drafting his replacement with the first round pick? You know, but we ended up getting let me get out. That was their pick. We ended up getting Kenneth Davis. What is this? I can't even fucking think of it. Kenneth Grant. I can't even freaking.
Oh my God!
We ended up getting Kenneth Grant from Michigan, a stud. Let's pull up the picture of this guy. They say he was a stud. Let me see. Let me see a picture of this kid, man, because they was talking like he was some stud and this, that, and the third. We got Kenneth Grant. Why my picture's gone? Anyway, I had this thing all mapped out. Kenneth Grant from Michigan was a good stud. Let's look at his film. You know, they say we need to be happy. They always tell us Dolphins fans, shut up and be happy. But let's look at the big Dolphin. Let's look at the big Dolphin. Here he go, chasing down the running back. This is the film that they like to see. But you put a player like this on my team, I'm feeling that all day. You put a player on my team that could chase down a running back? Chasing down a running back? Give me that all day, Chris Grier. Give me that all day. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. And then the second pick, we went and got the biggest Dolphin. I'm going to call him the biggest Dolphin. We went and got this kid named Jonah, the biggest Dolphin. This kid right here, number 71, he's just a big dog. I don't think he gave up a sack this past season, so I'm happy with that. The biggest Dolphin. So my whole thing was this. My whole thing with the draft is it's hard for me, and I know other NFL fans, fans of other NFL teams, unless you have the first pick, a lot of people done fell for the okie doke of the mock drafts. I tried my hardest to stay away from the mock draft, you know, but it was sexy names like cornerbacks that they was saying that we was going to get, like Will Johnson or the kid that went to the Denver Broncos. I can't even think of his name right now. Let me look at the official draft, like the kid that went to the Broncos. They say we was going to get him. You know, I seen one mock draft with KG. He said he wanted to be called KG. With KG, Kenneth Grant. I seen one mock draft with him. You know, I'm all right with that. I'm all right if you give me a player inside the trenches. We lost Calais Campbell, like I said on the last episode. We lost our defensive line need to be filled. We lost Christian Wilkins the year before. So, yes, I agree we need to do that. And then for the second pick, I was thinking, okay, maybe we could go cornerback. But they go offensive guard. We get the biggest Dolphin, the number three best interior lineman in the draft. I take that. But I feel like we gave up too much to get him. I feel like we didn't have no business trading up to get that offensive guard. If we going to continue to trade back, what are we doing here? Are we going to continue to collect picks and pass up on potential role players, potential starters, because you know it's hard to get a starter. Like I just don't know the direction of Chris Grier, Mike McDaniel, and them. But I get the two selections. I really was hoping we was gonna get our third player. Before I came on the live, but it didn't look. It's not looking good. And yeah, I guess this is a wait and see. So. Shout out to the newest two Dolphins. You know, we got the biggest Dolphin. You know, he chasing down running backs. You can't go wrong with that. Chasing down running backs, the biggest Dolphin. I'll take that. No, that's the big Dolphin. This is the biggest Dolphin, number 71. That's the biggest Dolphin right there. I take 71 all day. You know, not giving up no sacks. A big mauler when it comes to running the ball. You know, Mike McDaniel sometimes like to run the ball, so I'll take that. But the shock of the draft is, of course, what's going on with Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders' son. sons. I think we already knew Shiloh Sanders wasn't gonna get drafted. They were saying that he was a potential undrafted player. But Shedeur was projected to be a top 5 pick, or was he? We don't know. Like, the media was saying, Deion Sanders was telling us this was gonna be a top 5 pick. They were saying all these good things, and then when it came to light, here it is, the 4th round, pick 119, and he's still on the board.
Oh my God!
He's still on the board. So they done had all these draft parties, and shout out to the Sanders family, because they're together right now. Deion hasn't made no public comments or whatnot, but the film crew, they filming, and we got to see Shiloh Sanders reaction, and let's play Shiloh Sanders reaction to what was going on.
Part of it was I don't understand. Because you gotta understand. See, bro, I don't even know what they gonna do with me, bro, because they doing you like this. Selfish ass by himself. They doing him, making him wait. Oh, buddy, me? Oh, you good, bro? You good, bro? You going to the best team.
And this was day one. Of the draft. That was embarrassing, but the family rallied around him, and I know it hurts. Because all your life you've been told that you was great, and sorry for the cough in the background. All my life all his life he's been told that he was great, and as I don't have no kids, but if I had a child, I will boost his confidence, his ego up, like how Deion Sanders did his son. No way would I tear my son down and want to see my son tear it down, So if I was in prime position, I would have done everything that Prime did. People could say it's Deion Sanders' fault that his son not getting picked. Maybe the NFL feel like they're going to stick it to him. Or it could be the scouts don't like his film, which is crazy to me, but we know that's not the case. So, Shedeur went ahead after this draft party, and he didn't make it through the first round. He addressed the crowd, and this was his reaction, and I love his reaction.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is, of course, fuel to the fire, and under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Now, you could see the pain. You could see the pain in his eyes. You could see the disappointment in his body language. It sucks. And I was hoping at this point he was going to get drafted in the second round, and that didn't happen. He didn't get drafted in the second round, and then he didn't get drafted. We thought he was going to get drafted in the third round, and then they started doing prank calls. Hold on. So let me go, before I go further with the Shedeur Sanders situation, let me go back to the Dolphins pissing me off.
Oh, my God.
Making the trade. So it says the Texans make a deal with the Miami Dolphins, now hold the 116th pick in 2025. The Texans have traded the 179th pick in the 2025 draft and the third round pick in the 2026 draft to Miami for their 116th pick and their 2024 pick. So they basically just took out both of our fourth picks. Our fourth and our fifth pick, matter of fact. They just took both of those. So the Dolphins traded for extra third round pick in next year's draft, and they traded down to the 179th pick. So obviously they see a safety that they're going to get. I'm predicting the Dolphins going to get a safety. Thank you for that. Thank you for that info. I'm predicting the Dolphins going to get a safety or a cornerback with that pick. It's so much going on right now. It's so much going on.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers select David Walker, linebacker, Central Arkansas.
Okay, at this point, players getting drafted who, like, we don't really know who these players are. Tampa Bay just made their draft. But let's get back to Shedeur. So this clip, you can see the pain in his eyes. You can see the pain, the embarrassment in his body language. And I know that hurt Prime to see that this league is shitting on his kids like this. You know, maybe Deion did say some things early in the draft, and they say they're going to stick it to him, you know. But then later on, yesterday, day 2 of the draft, Shedeur get a prank call. We thinking the Saints about to draft him, and he gets a prank call.
Yeah, it's been a long wait, man.
Shut up.
No, for sure.
We're going to take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
Yeah, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go.
What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
He said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Sorry about that. Why did he call? What the fuck?
Hey, that's
I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
It was private.
Huh?
Did they just troll, bro? Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm gonna crash out, bro.
Getting trolled. You got people finding, and then it came out later on today that it was a kid and on his couch. It wasn't the Saints GM that made the call to prank him. It was somebody on his coach. I see the Panthers getting ready to come up and make a draft pick. There go another safety the Dolphins could have got.
Another Buckeye coming off the board, one of the talented safety duo, along with Caleb Downs, not yet draft eligible. Lathan Ransom, part of a Ohio State defense, made huge.
Dolphins just.
Yeah, Reese, one of 5 Buckeyes to ever win 5 letters, and this guy might as well be a linebacker at times in the running game, but the way that he comes down and meets force, look at that play right there.
Again, Dolphins, I guess Chris Grier and Mike McDaniels know what they're doing. I mean, they picked up another 3rd-round pick. I guess they want – I don't know what they're doing, man. I'm just hoping we just get this season – at this point, just get this season over with. Let's fast forward to the next season and fire this whole staff that we have. Like, the staff just got to get fired at this point, man. It just don't make no sense. But anyway, Shedeur got the prank call. We just played the video footage of the prank call. It turned out to be a kid in his mom and dad's basement. How they got the number? They got the number. Let's see what Shedeur's reaction was to the prank call, because they went live after this. Let's see what his reaction was.
This is day 3, so now I gotta have my phone on now. So,
But what them numbers y'all call you?
fam, I thought that was a real person that called you, but it actually wasn't, was it?
No, I told you that was a specific phone number, not in my name, not in anything.
So you bought that phone just for the draft?
Boost Mobile shipped the phone just for the draft.
So how did they get
Nobody had the number.
That's what I'm saying.
The number was only in the email thread that the NFL sent out to only teams.
That's outrageous, bro. So the NFL leaked it, basically.
No, you can't say that. It could be one of their kids. It could be one of their kids that then seen the email and just took the number.
Okay.
That's it. No.
And that's his reaction on it. And it was somebody's child that had that number, probably leaked that number, seen his dad email, passed that number to one of his friends, and the friends made that call. It's crazy what's going on in this league, man. And we can't say we can say this is a prank, not a prank. We can't say the league is being racist, but I mean, we know how they are. We know how they are around this time of year. We know how they are. We know how this shit go. We done seen this shit long enough to know how this shit go when it comes to drafting black quarterbacks. Pittsburgh Steelers about to draft. Hold on.
Linebacker,
Jack Sawyer is
Jack
the 10th
Sawyer
Buckeye to be selected in this group.
went to the Steelers. So the Steelers passed up on Shedeur again. And once again, a player that the Dolphins could have drafted, Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State, that would have been a good addition. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of getting linebackers from Ohio State. We done that 2 times with McMillan and I forgot the other kid name we had. He played for us, and we did that. We did that already, and it just never panned out. So I'm all right with passing up on that. I just want to know what my team going to do, because now we got to wait. It's the 123rd pick, and now we got to wait all the way to the 179th pick to get our draft. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The only thing I can do is stay hopeful on the big Dolphin that we got, and just watch this film of our first round pick, KG. That's what he want to be called. KG running out and running back. I love the motor. I love the speed. I love the size. I love the way that he could break through double teams. That's a good pick. And then you got the biggest Dolphin, Jonah, number 71. I like how he opened up the hole for the running backs to breathe and run through. I like how he blocks, protect his quarterback. And another thing that I like about this second round draft pick that the Dolphins got, he's Samoan. Tua Samoan. Hey man, they have something in common. You know what I mean? And we traded up to get this player, and I'm just gonna have to accept it. But for the rest of the evening, it's gonna be slow, because you don't know what Chris Grier have in store, what Chris Grier plan on doing with this team. You know, I don't even know if his job on the line. Is his job on the line? Who knows? I'm gonna just have to wait. We just gonna have to wait. I'm out of here, man.